Savannah here. Sewlivi Dyes Yarn. That is me. That is my company. Today is February 16th. It's Tuesday, 8:07 a.m. That is why I look like this. You get fresh me. This is what I look like on a daily basis. Jammies, hair that needs to be washed. I just dropped the kids off at school and I figured I could film my video for the week and then I can get about my day and all the stuff that I have to do today. So yeah, I have hair on my nose. So again, Savannah, you can find me on Instagram, Ravelry, Facebook. I'll have everything down below in the description. And yeah. So let's get to it because I'm going to try to keep it small. Granted, I haven't done very much this last week. At least I don't feel like I've done a lot this past week. It's been really cold, like everywhere else in the US. Been really cold here this past weekend. Okay, let's get into this real quick. Not too much to show you. I did finish my MMIAW David sock. I have not done much else with it. I still haven't ripped out the heel, which is just way too big for my heel. Yeah, there's all this extra fabric. Like I could take off that much. Like a half inch. Everything else fits well. I mean, it's a looser sock because of the yarn, like I mentioned last week. The yarn is just... The yarn and the needle combo did not work for me, even with color work. And then this fan heel was just too big. And that's okay. So yeah, that's the MMIAW David sock. The pattern will be released, I believe she said this week, and it's, oh gosh, Eat, Knit, and Dye, like D-Y-E, Eat, Knit, and Dye. So I believe it'll be on Ravelry. If you search, I think they're called shitty socks, like Schitt's Creek socks. I'll link. I'll try to link below. We'll see if I can find it on Ravelry. But yeah, I think it's gonna be like a 4 design pack. Unless she's separate, or unless she is making them available separately. So this is just one of 4 different designs that she had tested. I just chose this design. I like this one the most. But I know there's one with like lightning bolts around the cuff, and I can't even remember the other ones. I can't. But yeah. The shitty socks. What else? Okay, my socks. I've been lacking, for a better word, on my February socks. So I did get the first one finished a while ago. A couple days ago. It just feels like a while ago. I got this one finished. Look at this pretty yarn. So it's the Hermione's Everyday Sock. I forget who designs this, and the yarn is Andromeda sock yarn, and it's called Spring Fever. Yep. I did shorten the the leg. I did shorten the leg by a little bit, just because I'm lazy. I mean, I like tall socks. It's just, I want to get to the foot. I always want to get to the foot because then I know it's in the home stretch. Afterthought heel. It's my favorite. And then just regular toe. Yep. And then I did immediately start the second one. What do I want to say? I started it and then I put it down. But I was able to get the cuff done. a couple days ago or something like that. And then just last night I picked it up and worked this inch or so bit of the pattern because I need to get my February socks finished for the this is for the Rainbow Sock Chronicles by So Sweet Violet. It is a Ravelry, she has a Ravelry group. It's the So Sweet Violet podcast, maybe. I know there's another lady joining in, and I wish I could remember it all the time, but I can't. But yeah, so every month you knit a pair of socks, and they have to be in the specific color for that month. So January was light pink, February's dark pink or red, and then so on and so forth. So you'll see next month. I have to probably dye yarn, I think, for next month, because next month is orange or peach. I do have, not that, that's all bulky. I do have like an orange and black, like Halloween yarn in there. I just don't know if it's enough orange in the yarn. Because when you look at the finished piece, you have to see the main color. Like the first color you see has to be the main color. So in here, the first color you see is the dark pink. Orange is the next color, but there are red speckles in there as well. So I thought this was a good one. As you can see, pink is the first color you see. And so, like I said, I have an orange and black yarn in there. I have another one that has like orange speckles in it, but I don't know if it's enough to see that first. So I was thinking about dyeing some like peachy colored yarn. I don't know yet. Excuse me. I don't know yet. So yeah, that is that. If that's all that I was going to say about that. Next. Okay, this one. I don't think there's much or any progress on this since the last time I showed you. I feel like I did, but it probably didn't. It's my Radvent cardigan. I had to switch needles because I needed the cable for a different project, which I'll show you in a minute. So that's the inside of this part of the seam. I hit to the part where I need to cast on the additional stitches for the body and start working back and forth now. So that's why I have not gotten any further because, well, I needed to switch, and then I've been working on this other project. So I'm getting there. This could be done relatively soon if I gave myself the time for it. Yarn is Monsoon Calamity yarns. And this is the Nova colorway. It is a 4-stranded cotton yarn. It's really nice yarn. If it's not bad at all, I promise. For being cotton, it's really nice. My little stitch marker is a fire flower from MMIAW. My friend gifted me a set of these. I don't know who they're from though, so I can't give you any of that information. But yeah. And I slipped my Licca needles on here. I was using Chagu, but like I said, I needed the cable for this next project, so I switched it. Yeah, so I'll show you the next project real quick. This one is a new cast on, and it is a test knit. I'm test knitting French Terry, and this is by Yoni Knits. I believe that's how you pronounce that. Yoni Knits. It's French Terry. It's got this all over textured pattern. And it has a fade into the sleeves right there. This pattern, while I did struggle with the gauge swatch, because the gauge swatch needed to be done in the pattern, I struggled. It took me several hours to get it, but I did. So I was like, woo, me. And then later that evening, I just went to go cast on, and you know, it's big cast on because you're casting on for the neck, so it's top down. You know, you need a decent amount of stitches on your needle. Is a tubular cast on. I don't think I've ever done a tubular cast on. No, I haven't. I haven't done a tubular cast on. So I was trying to do that on magic loop. Initially I cast it on one time. I get to the first setup round and I get almost to the end and I completely mess it up. So I take it off. I go ahead, same evening, cast on all those stitches again. I get almost to the end of that first round and I mess it up again. I was so frustrated. Thankfully by the end of that, or by that time, it was nearly time for bed. So I just said, I'm done. I give up. I'm going to put this down and try again in the morning. So in the morning, I took a pair of my Licka needles, because these are the shorts. I have the shorty Licka needles, and used a 16-inch cable. No, whatever it is, and then, you know, you make 16 inches or 24 inches or whatever it was. And I did the tubular cast on, and I managed to get through. I think what was really messing me up was the fact that I was trying to do it magic loop, and I wasn't able to just keep everything nice and straight. And because I think on the Chiagu cable, it just kept twisting the cast on, and I couldn't get it to straighten out very nicely, because I think I was pulling too tight at some points, and it was just pulling. If you've done the tubular cast on, I think you might understand what I'm talking about. Let's just say it was a pain in the butt. But that morning, you know, fresh mind, smaller needles, you know, circumference wise, and everything worked out. I was like, yes. So I got through that. Anyways, I guess I can show you what I have here. Oh, that's my foot. Don't grab it. Okay, so this is where I'm at. This is the front right here. Oh, yeah. So the yarn that I'm using for this is the Andromeda sock yarn. This is I have it right here. This is the Bloomin' Bloomers by Andromeda sock yarn. I know I showed the one skein in my last video, so I did contact her shortly after that video, and I ordered 2 more skeins of this. So yeah, I have a total of 3 now. The other one is in the project bag already caked up, because initially I thought I was going to alternate these skeins, but with the way that this pattern is, I don't think I'd be able to. I've never alternated skeins before. I've never done helical knitting. And with a pattern like this, is that even a good spot to show? Probably not. I don't think I'd be able to manage helical knitting or alternating skeins if there's another way to do it. I don't know. There we go. Okay. So I did the tubular cast on, which looks like, well, it's stretched out a bit. I mean, it looks good. I mean, it looks like everything's the way it's supposed to. That worked out. Did the ribbing for the neckband. And then I got into that. So the first section is short rows. So there's quite a few short rows in there. And I had tried to get all the short rows finished Sunday night. I just didn't get there. I did have a few little hiccups. Not with the pattern, just I messed up in trying to tink back this pattern. It's a little difficult. So I do have some loops that did not get caught because I think when I tinked back, I probably put them in the wrong spot. So there's one there, one there. So I think I'll probably go in with a scrap piece of yarn and tack those down where they're supposed to go. So I have a couple of those. And then on my right shoulder, I don't know what I did. I mean, this is what my swatch looked like originally, but it's like this is the only section of the whole of my whole sweater so far that I did this, and I don't remember knitting wrong. So maybe this was an area where I tinked and it got all messed up, but it leaned the wrong way. Luckily, it's starting to work itself out again. And yeah, I'm not ripping it out to start over. That's just me. I don't do that. If it's not going to bother me, if it doesn't, as long as the whole sleeve wasn't going to be like that, I was cool with it. Like I said, it's working itself back out. But I don't know what I did to cause it to do that. So yeah, I just finished up the short rows last night, and there's 2 pages of short rows and then another page of resolving those short rows, which is crazy because this is the resolving the short rows, this page, everything, yeah, all that. That's just one round. But this is nice that it's written out like this. Like the short rows are written out. Each row is a whole paragraph. But it's fantastic to know exactly what I need to do, when to do it. So yeah, now I'm into the yoke increases. So it's just like a raglan increase sweater. So I just got into those, barely got into the first repeat of that last night. So yeah. Excuse me. Like I said, I'm doing my body in the Andromeda sock yarn, and then my sleeves, as you can see here, are like faded into this white. This is a Surrey alpaca, so I actually had this in my stash from when Knit Picks did a big old sale around Christmas, New Year's time. I can't remember exactly. I bought some of this just because I wanted to try it, and I had 4 balls. I think I'm only gonna need 2. It's the alpaca bloom, and it's called Winter White. So this is perfect. This is perfect. So yeah, that'll go for the sleeves. But yeah, let me tell you, this is really pretty. You just gotta really be careful. I don't know if I can say anything else about this pattern. I mean, like I said, I like that it's written out. I don't care that it's a 12-page pattern. Please tell me exactly what I need to do. So yeah, so pretty. That has been also what has taken up a lot of my knitting time is, you know, I have a deadline on this, so I guess that's my biggest worry, is not getting it finished in time. All right, let's see. Last week I talked about my row logs, and I didn't get, you know, I forgot to bring them to show them. So this is one of them. I forget. This is the Mother of Dragons colorway. This one I will not be able to show very well because it's so dark, and I've already accidentally ripped one trying to show it before. Let's pull it out a little bit. Yeah, it's really dark. So it's a black and like a burgundy, and there are some gold bits in there. So I've already ripped that one on accident, just trying to pull it out of these bags. There's 3 row legs per bag, and I think that's 4 ounces. I could not remember. I can't remember. I haven't spun these because I'm hoping to just save up a little bit of money and buy myself a, was it the nano eel wheel thing? You know, the electric spinner. That's like the cheapest one I can find. And if I'm gonna try electric spinning like that, you know, try spinning on a wheel and not a spindle. I don't want to spend a lot of money to realize that I'm not good at that. You know, like this is a craft that I am not great at. I don't want to spend a lot of money. So I'm hoping to save up just a bit, purchase that wheel, and then I'll spin these on that and see how that goes. Does that make sense? I feel like I said a lot and didn't say anything at all. Don't bite. Brat. Okay, last thing before we go. I dyed up this yarn last week. And I have not listed it yet. This is the only one I have so far. Because I think I will make it kind of like a pre-order, dye-to-order type dealio. So this is going to be called MMIAW, this little sock set. So MMIAW stands for Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women. Which is important. You know, it's an important cause that needs to be brought to light. So typically it is represented with a red palm print across the face of a woman. I'll insert a picture. This picture is actually downtown, my downtown. It's a mural of a lady. She's actually she was 14 years old. She's the daughter of the painter. That's what I should say. She's the daughter of the painter who did this mural downtown to bring awareness to MMIAW. So yeah, inspired to create a colorway. So the only reason it's not listed yet is because I'm still working on finding a organization to donate part of the proceeds of this set to. So it's hard to explain all this stuff. I grew up in northern Wisconsin. I spent many summers as a child on a reservation participating in the powwows in the summer. My sisters are part Chippewa. I'm sorry. They're part Chippewa. My stepdad is part Chippewa. So they come from the northern Wisconsin area. So my sisters, like I said, are part Chippewa. I have nieces that are part Chippewa. So they're Indigenous women. And my family has gone through things that families shouldn't have to go through. So I figured I want to donate to an organization that is relatively closer to them, so it can help them if needed. It can help other women in their family if needed. You know, up there. Because when you do search for, you know, missing and murders Indigenous women organizations, it's always for New Mexico and Arizona. And while there's nothing wrong with that, there are a lot of Indigenous people down there. You never hear about the ones up north. So I'm working with some contacts. They do have one in works up there. It's not official yet, so I'm still kind of waiting until I have a little bit more information from them about the organization before I list this and start selling it. But yeah, so it is it's all sock weight yarn. You have 100-gram skein and then the 20-gram mini to coordinate with. I was debating on trying to design a pattern for these two, you know, to go together, like maybe a shawl type pattern, but I don't know. With the test knit, I feel like I don't have a lot of time for my own personal type designing right now. but I wanted to show you guys this. So this is like a gray brown with lots of brown speckles. You got brown and black and a little bit of yellow. Yeah, and then just a deep tonal red to mimic the handprint. So yeah, keep a lookout. I will announce this more on Instagram when the time comes. So again, follow me on Instagram if you want to know more about this. All right, lastly, I can't forget because it's on my feet. I'm wearing them today, so I'm sorry for the way I wore them yesterday too. Do you wear your knit socks more than once before you wash them? I know I showed these before. This is the Waves of Hope sock pattern I created. These are on the Purple Heather colorway that I dyed up and is in my shop. This pattern is available. It's available. You can purchase this actually on my website, or you can purchase it on Ravelry. Both are, it's located in both spots in case you can't, Ravelry is not a place that you can use anymore. You can get this on my website. My test knitters knitted up a lot faster than I expected, so I was really excited about that, and worked pretty hard yesterday to get everything worked out because I had no clue how to do any of that stuff. Upload a pattern onto Ravelry for purchase. I didn't know how to do that, so had to figure that all out, and then getting it all set up on my website, which I hope works. I can't test these things without physically purchasing them myself, and I don't necessarily want to do that. So if you do go through my website and you don't get the PDF pattern, just email me at Sewlivi. It's sewlivi@gmail.com. You can just email me with your order number, proof of purchase kind of thing, and I will, send you the thing. Anyways, pattern is available. If you go to my shop Instagram, I am actually having a giveaway for the pattern right now. So you could win it for free if you want. So you have to go to Instagram for that. Other than that, that is it. I don't know what else to say. It's already 32 minutes, which is a little bit longer than I wanted. I dyed yarn yesterday for the Lore Olympus Color of the Month Club, so that I need to get wound up and ball band and stuff. I packaged the Never Ending Story yarn clubs yesterday, so I need to mail those out today. This week is just a short one since, the kids were off yesterday. So got regular Grubhub deliveries, hoping for the weather to warm up and snow to melt. And yeah, I guess that's it. I'm sorry for being so terrible at talking sometimes. I feel like that is something I'm not good at. Anyways, if you enjoyed any bit of this video, give it a like. If you hated some of this video, give it a thumbs down. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more from me, and you can comment if you want. I don't care. I do like comments. I do read them. Yeah. What am I gonna say now? Nothing. So see you later, guys. Bye.